Y'all want to know what I'm never going to stop talking about? Okay, and if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you've probably heard me mention this before, right? Years ago, early in my YouTube career, this had to be like the end of 2020 or like sometime during 2021, right? This white guy commented under some video I made calling me a jogger. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, right, of course, most platforms will flag any comment that has the hard R in it, right? So, white people have these little code words they use in place of the N-word, and jogger is one of them because they're making fun of how Ahmaud Arbery was murdered by white supremacists while going for a jog, right? So, this white guy commented this under my video. Y'all know I'm a troll. Look, one thing white people cannot do to me, okay, is upset me. Y'all can't get me out my element, right? You know, they're always trying to, say something, get you upset, whatever. It's not happening with me, right? So I replied and I said, shit, I need to go for a jog. My big ass need to lose some weight, right? And this dude said to me, and no, don't say that. I'm racist, and even I can see that you're beautiful. And I was like, what? That comment did something to me for some reason. I don't know why, because it wasn't any new knowledge. I've always known white folks were racist, right? And I've always known that they can find you attractive and date you and have sex with you and have kids with you, marry you, whatever, and still be racist, right? But I don't know, something about a white person putting that into words. I don't know, something about it just was like, something about that comment just really threw me off, because it's like, white people's favorite line of defense is, I can't be racist. I have a black friend. I can't be racist. I have a black child. They love calling they half white kids black, but whatever. That's another story for another day, right? I can't be racist. I have a black husband, wife, whatever, right? They love that, right? And, on one hand, it's like, okay, clearly you playing in my face, because of course, one part of white supremacy is always playing the victim, right? It's being the oppressor, but always pretending that you can't possibly actually be the oppressor. And actually, in fact, you're the oppressed, right? So, okay, whatever, right? But I gotta look at the black people who are in relationships with these people, because it's like, you really think that because this person is in a relationship with you, they are not still racist? Do you really think that? Or are you aware that they're racist and you're okay with it? Because, you really gotta side-eye the black people who are in interracial relationships. For real. I'm not even joking. 99% of the time, it's something completely weird going on in them relationships. Honestly, it's really 100% of the time, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, because they finna be in the comments, oh, I'm in an interracial relationship and my relationship's just fine. Okay, cool. You could be that 1% then. But realize that every person in an interracial relationship swears that they're the 1%. So somebody got to be lying. I guess for me, I'm not really a gambling woman, right? Like, just in my day-to-day life, I don't want to go to the casino and put a bunch of money in a machine because there's a 1 in a radadillion chance that I might hit the jackpot, right? Like, it's just, I don't really like to gamble, literally and figuratively. I don't really like to do things that don't have a good chance of being successful, right? So, since I'm not a gambling woman, me personally, I avoid interracial relationships, because realistically, 99.99% of non-black people, not just white people, right? Non-black people, period. 99.99% of them hate black people. So getting into an interracial relationship really is a gambling game. You really looking for that one needle in the haystack that doesn't hate black people. And I have to ask you, do you really think that you're going to be the lucky winner? Like, again, maybe it's just because I'm not really a gambling person, but yeah, I don't know. I don't like the odds. Again, that's why I have to side-eye black people who are in interracial relationships, because as a black person, you know that non-black people are racist. You already know that, right? Realistically, I feel like a lot of y'all are okay with that. Okay, now, I ain't gonna say all of y'all. Okay, maybe it's some sensible black folks in these interracial relationships who really feel that they have done the vetting and found the needle in the haystack, right? Okay, maybe so. But a lot of y'all are okay with that. A lot of y'all are well aware that these people that y'all are in relationships with, y'all are marrying, y'all are having kids with, etc., 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 are racist, and y'all are okay with that. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all what, just came to my mind, because I wasn't even thinking about this before I started making this video. A picture was posted on Twitter where Bad Baby, y'all know that little white girl, Dog Diggity, catch me outside. How about that, my homie, yo, from years ago, that one, right? She posted a picture with a black guy, and the black guy has on the shirt that says White Lives Matter. And it's like, as a black person, why are you wearing that? And of course, a bunch of people are going to be in the comments, a bunch of white people are going to be in the comments like, golly gee willikers, like, what, my home diggity? How is that racist? But Black Lives Matter is not. And I'm not even about to explain none of that, because if your goofy ass still don't understand the difference, or if you still pretend like you don't understand the difference, why would I waste my time explaining it to you? The fuck? You could just keep watching this video and get me some more money, and that be looking at it, okay? Like, come on now, right? But this black guy had on this White Lives Matter shirt. And it's like, realistically, I feel like most of the black people in interracial relationships are like this. They're just in an interracial relationship because they worship whiteness. They don't really care if a white person is racist at all. Like, y'all know was never gonna, like, ever leave my mind. It was the black guy who, his wife, right, wanted to go to her parents' house for Thanksgiving. I think it was Thanksgiving, right? And her parents said, oh, that black guy can't come in our house. And do you think that the white girl was like, what? Like, this is my husband. What if he's not welcome? I'm not coming. No. She went over there and she brought him over there. And she had him sit on the porch while she went into the house and had dinner with her parents. And mind you, the dog was in the house. So I can't even say they treated him like an animal, because no, the dog was not outside. The dog was in the house. They treated him like less than an animal. And he sat there and he took that. First of all, as my spouse, shouldn't you stick up for me? Shouldn't you say, yo, like, my husband is black? Like, no, if y'all on that, then I don't want to go over there either. So bye, right? First of all, but then second of all, okay, you didn't stick up for me. You decided you gonna go have dinner with your family. Why would you bring me with you? Like, what? I can't stay at home? Like, you got me sitting on the porch like an animal, quite literally. And I don't know where they lived at. It was probably cold outside too, right? And then my last thing is this. Do you really think that this was the first time that she did something racist? Like, do you really think? Because at this point, they were already married. I don't know how long they've been together, whatever, right? Do you really think this was the first sign? Because I really don't think so. I think that stuff had to have been happening prior to this. But he just shrugged it off and he was okay with it. And I feel like that is really the case with a lot of these black people who are in interracial relationships. Y'all know that y'all significant others are racist. And by and large, y'all are okay with it.